Hey everyone. So it's been a while since I've done a video, like I think over a month now. A lot of things have happened, obviously, within the month. I've now moved over to Tanzania from Kenya. So the first thing I did when I got to Tanzania was actually climb Kilimanjaro for my 30th birthday. And that was probably the best birthday I've ever had in my life, and also the hardest. I didn't know what to expect when I climbed Kili. Um, I guess I underestimated its not difficulty, but I guess difficulty is actually the right word. Um, I just didn't know how it would play out and what the days would be structured like, and if it was going to be a difficult hike or if it was technical. Most of it's pretty nice. It's beautiful. You cross like 5 different ecosystems as you come up through the different elevations, and they're all so different and they have varied like flora and fauna. It's absolutely beautiful, and I've got a few videos and pictures in my Instagram if you're following me at Garrett Kelly. Um, so the summit night was actually probably the hardest of of the days. It was 5 days, so you kind of 3.5 days up and 1.5 days down, I guess. Um, so you get to Kibo huts, which are 4,700 meters above sea level, and you get there probably about 3 in the afternoon. Actually a little later, maybe about 4 or 5. You have dinner and then you try and get some sleep because you need to wake up at midnight after walking 6 hours to get there. A couple of hours sleep, and you wake up at midnight to summit, so you can summit when the sun's coming up. So on the summit night, you go up like 1,000 meters. Actually, was that 1,200 meters? So 1.2 kilometers up. But because it's so steep, you literally just have to wind and wind and wind, and you're walking up a gravel bank, so it's pretty difficult. And then you're scaling some rocks, and you go around the crater, which is full of snow. Yeah, so the climb, once you've sort of passed the altitude sickness check, if you're not getting altitude sickness, it's pretty straightforward. It's literally just one foot after the other. But after walking for so long, you are just mentally and physically exhausted. A few times I didn't want to give up, but I had to like use this rather than my legs just to keep me going. And I sadly, not sadly, but I had a bit of a cry when I rounded the corner and saw the sign that said Uhuru Peak, which is like the very top of the summit. Um, and it's funny the amount of energy you can draw from your mind or spirit or wherever. Because by then I was stumbling almost, like taking the slower steps. Saw that sign, all of a sudden I was practically sprinting to get there. Um, so just it was. I learned a lot about myself in terms of capacity, mental capacity, spiritual capacity, in terms of how you can actually push through things, and the physicality of things is not as much as what people think it is. So that was amazing. So that was Killy. Really, really proud I did that, and I'm definitely, I wouldn't say addicted, but sort of got the bug for trekking and hiking. So I think Everest Base Camp's going to be one of my trips within the next 18 months. Um, so after that, I had to catch the bus back to Nairobi because that's when my tour started. So I hung out in Moshi for the day, and Marangu, and there's learned a lot about the history between the Maasai and Chugga Wars, which is like pretty interesting. I'm going to write a bit more about it in my written blog, so if anyone's following that, you'll see some posts about that, but not for a while because I'm sort of backlogged on some of my previous days that I need to update. Yeah, so learn about the Maasai and Chugga Wars, and the ingenious ideas of how to kill each other, essentially. I visited the waterfalls there, which is beautiful. Went back to Nairobi, met my tour group. So 2 of the guys that I went on the Kilimanjaro Trek with were also doing the same safari because it was with the same company, Intrepid. Um, so yeah, we met our guides there, our guide and cook and driver and the rest of the tour group, and we headed off from Nairobi there. Went to Kisii town, which is sort of near Lake Victoria, closer to the Tanzanian border, or closer to Tanzania and Ugandan border, sort of in the corner to the north, east, southwest. Um, and it's where they do some soapstone carvings and like really cool stuff like that. So I got a commission done for my son, which unfortunately broke. Ugh. But only in half, so not in pieces, so I can essentially glue it back together. Yeah, it broke on the way back to Arusha. And then after that, we went down to Lake Victoria. I went cycling through the lake and saw how people sort of made their lifestyle there with fishing and whatnot. The next day, we actually went into the Serengeti, and we managed to see the Big Five through Serengeti and Ngorongoro crater. And that was really, really cool. I got some pictures of when things were close, but I was only doing it off an iPhone, so I didn't really get some good quality pictures of things far away. But I've created a Dropbox with some of the other people who are on the safari, and you'll see some more pictures. Unfortunately, not ones that I took, but ones that I physically saw myself, so that counts. I just didn't have the right apparatus to capture the moment. So yeah, I should be getting some of those in soon. So that was the safari, and from there I finished the safari and got dropped off in Arusha, where I'm doing my volunteer placement here. So I've been here for about a week and a half. I'm in a orphanage school. Well, it's more of a school than an orphanage, called Shining Star, but I'm actually going to be switching placements next week to the Women's Centre for Women with HIV to help upskill and develop their skills so they can become run businesses in earning money in like beading and craft work and sewing and textiles and batiking and things like that. And which I find not more rewarding, but I think my time will be more well spent there because my current placement doesn't actually need my help. So that's what I've been doing in Tanzania so far. And I also, I was going to do a shout out to everyone that's donated and where it's gone to, but I'll make that a separate video once I identify a project that I want to do here in Tanzania. Because I'm here for 3 months, I'll be doing something a bit bigger than my random sponsoring a child here, buying rice for this here, tampons and pads for the Women's Centre. Like, they're nice little things, but I want to do something a little bit larger scale, just so I can leave my mark, for lack of a better word. I'm really using my hands a lot, I notice. It's 7 minutes 40 so far in the video. I don't have much else to say. I'll be doing more updates, regular updates now. I'm actually situated in a volunteer house here in one spot for like 3 months straight. So it's a bit more, not stable, a bit more permanent, I guess, semi-permanent, so I can be able to do updates and do my writing without frantically being at A, B, and C, D and jumping back and forth from places like I was in Kenya and between here. So as always, I'll do like a shameless little plug of my written blog, which is, our link will be down below. And also, if you would like to donate, there's also my GoFundMe link below as well. So donations so far will still go towards me extending my placement, because I've only paid my placement up until the start of June, when it's going to be to the end of July. So that will go towards that. So thank you for anyone who's going to be donating between now and then. And in future, it will be going towards my project, which I'll identify. And I've got some things I'm going to be doing in Canberra at my dance school that I teach at, to raise money for that and some awareness and other bits and pieces. So hopefully these things in the pipeline will come to pass, and that'll be good. Yeah, so we got written blog down below, GoFundMe down below if you'd like to donate, and also if you're not following my Instagram or whatever and would like to, that's going to be down below as well. This is long-winded again, sorry, but I'll keep it under 10 minutes successfully, and thanks for watching, and I look forward to keeping you updated again very soon, I promise. All right, bye-bye.